Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch-along of a UCL Championship game between Sacramento Republic and Miami FC. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the stream, like, subscribe, and the game is on the way, folks. Yep, let's go.
Which could be important if Pittsburgh in the championship game does not make it there. That means Sacramento could host here if they get to the USL Cup final. Republic on the year, 61 points, 41 points for Miami. But Miami may be one of the hottest teams in the league right now. And for a Sacramento team, they're likely going to want to stay right in the thick of things. They feel like they're building some momentum. Cameron, how important is this going into tonight to try to get a result for the Republic?
Yeah, a lot of
get a win.
think it's a game that doesn't matter, but it really does. Not only for trying to get that second overall seed, but you want to ride the momentum into the playoffs.
Momentum here. Gurr whipping this ball in, looking for Cicerone.
Okay. Good. Yes. Oh no! Cleared off the line. Off the line.
What an opportunity. I mean, a little bit scrappy there. You think McGuire maybe could have done a little better on that punch out. Out there, Sanchez does a good job just getting that back into the mix, and I think Russell Cicerone could have put it pretty much anywhere but there. It's a little bit of a blind one, you know. You don't really see the defender there. You see that the keeper's out of his box, but just really unlucky there.
Really would have changed the complexion of the game if Paco Craig doesn't stop that on his line. Republic go up.
Okay, here we go. They've already suggested. They've already got some games already sorted for the playoffs, yeah, San Antonio are going to be playing Indy 11. Colorado are facing Phoenix, and Detroit are going to be facing Pittsburgh, and Monterey are going to be facing Orange County. So you got
as a trialist and has been on that left wing, nearly getting the assist to Russell Cicerone, who has 14 goals on the season and got what ended a dry spell about 2 months after getting the goal.
So basically for us, the space that we got filled up left, basically is our opponent. For the only one that hasn't got one. So, yes.
Another quality chance for Sacramento to make it through.
Yeah, he just finds himself in a little more space, and I think Miami's comfortable with, and he decides to have a go. He puts a little bit of swerve on it, which gives McGuire some trouble. In the end, does a really good job to secure that one and prevent the second opportunity.
Connor Donovan getting a little bit out. There's Kyle Murphy.
Yep.
Trying to go. 6 goals, 2 assists on the year, and he's played just about everywhere in the USL. San Antonio, Loud, in Tampa Bay, Memphis, before coming to Miami in 2022, and he's his second leading goal scorer for this Miami team. Let's take a look at our Delta Dental inactive report. Good news here, Adam, a lot of guys back, including
that's good.
Rasa, who's not on the injury report. He's in the 18 tonight. Fortunately,
That's what you want to be.
He's still on there, Keko, and Sosa trying to work his way back. Republic getting healthy into the playoffs, which is always a good sign. Over the top, looking for Murphy again.
That's what you want.
Toronto.
Nope. Go on. Oh, he tried something.
Hey, look at almost a pass to himself here. Good hustle from Russell Cicerone. Cicerone trying to play to the other side, didn't see the defender, and it's cleared wide by Stanley.
My guy, I'm a big fan of, is on the bench again.
Miami has had little problem scoring goals. They have 43 on the year. Fortunately, allowed 40.
I like him because every time I said for him when he comes on, I hope you get a goal. He always seems to do it. It's having the last 2 games.
Championship, having allowed just 26 goals all season long.
And that's a good thing.
Cicerone looking to make another strike on it.
And that dynamic here is going to be what I'm going to be interested to see tonight. Roro and Cicerone and Toronto up front. Obviously, with Herrera out, you missed that big, strong body up top, but I think a little bit more of a free-flowing front three with those three guys. They can each kind of drift in and out, drop underneath a little bit, and turn and run at the back line, and I think that could create a lot of trouble for Miami.
Might bring up some opportunities for someone like Luis Felipe tonight to fill in some gaps. Nick Ross, Luis Felipe, your
Goals, please.
will likely sit back a bit more, but you'll find a much more aggressive Luis Felipe in 2023.
Yeah, those runs from deep are so hard to track. You know, you're asking your holding midfielders to track all the way back with the back line. Otherwise, you can end up outnumbered, and it just creates havoc.
Here we go. Let's see what's happening at the moment. Wow, wow, and wow. Yeah, and do you know if you went down, alright, what if it went down to the final? Because it could have come down to the final match day between San Antonio and us for that spot. We would have been celebrating before we've even kicked off, because San Antonio lost. I think are losing 3-2 at the moment.
You're kind of worried about playing against. You know, you can finish first, yeah, but this team,
So I think their game might just
and the fact that they put themselves in this position,
be finishing or something soon.
so disappointed if they don't get it done tonight, Miami. But if they can keep playing like they're doing, they're full of confidence that they can get at least a point here to Sacramento. And Roro called on that, just coming in from behind.
Two former Republic players played together here in 2015. Joaquin in 15 and 16 seasons, and
Yeah, that's what you want.
Rivas continuing on. He played at Tulsa, St. Louis, back to Tulsa, and then.
And that's a good thing.
Not only has become a formidable goal scorer, Cameron, but he's a great guy. We love to see him back here. Just don't score any goals tonight, right, Joaquin?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'd be pretty.
We don't want a con.
Score against us here at home, but you're right. He has really, really blossomed. He and I were kind of in the same boat in that early, 2015 year, both coming in and as young players.
So
trying to find our way.
top goal scoring both in the full league, attacking wise, is actually striker for Pittsburgh.
He's really taken his opportunities since he's left this club and really come into his own. He's become one of the better goal scorers in this.
And then the one for the most clean sheet, most saves is the goalkeeper for Oakland.
So it's been really, really cool to follow his career and see the way that he's progressed and become, the star of this league.
Well, one of the losses that really was
Whoa.
2-1 defeat to Detroit, and
Okay,
was on
fine.
national duty.
If that's what I think it is,
Looking for Cicerone.
Oh, how would he not score that?
Flying around, Sacramento with a great chance again. 3 quality looks, really putting pressure on the back line of Jake.
Yeah.
And the foul was called on Cicerone, a little shove in the back. You like the idea though, a little give and go. Cicerone plays it to Roro, and that's what them set up this week gives you. And there was not much contact in that one, but the referee did call a free kick.
Jeez. Wow.
But I think Adam,
You would think in our section the top 2 for like goals you'd think would be the top 2. Turns out it's Phoenix.
especially in the box, it's a pretty obvious one.
Paco Craig, 2 goals, 2 assists on the year.
Adam, I know you never went down easy like that ever once in your career, though, right?
Never.
It's always good for people who don't know to give them a bit of insight. Like say it's not always going to be teams that you always see at the top that always might have the most goals and stuff like that. It just learns that that's how football is.
I don't know if we had tape back in those days.
Back in the 60s?
Yeah, it is.
Luis Felipe looking to find Cicerone. Pirano's going to run the central theme. He's got
Go on.
to his right.
Go on, have a crack.
Taking himself first denied by Aiden Stanley.
Oh.
Cicerone there, it looks like he's looking for that pass, waiting for that gap to open up, and Miami just kept dropping, forced his hand, he decided to let one go. Unfortunately, ends up hitting it right into the defender, but I like the decision there to be aggressive and go ahead and have a hit.
So the support and run from Jack Gurr, it puts the defender in two minds. Do I close the ball? Do I go at the runner? And then Cicerone, yes, it doesn't come off for him right now. It's blocked, but you want to see that from your strikers, right? That's something you did, Cam, as a player. Not afraid to shoot. You know, sometimes
Yeehaw.
do better decisions, but I think in that case, it shows his confidence. He got a goal last week. It's been a while, so you like to see that from the attackers.
Yeah, and I'm always okay with errors being aggressive. You know, I think if you over dribble and don't make the decision, that's a much worse outcome. If you make a mistake because you're being aggressive, you can live with that all day long.
2024
Not bad.
Deposits are now on sale. Establish your priority with best seats for 2024. Plus, be a priority for the championship playoff run. $50 deposit will get you going today.
Hopefully with some goals, but even that Miami need. They need to get results, so we might not get anything.
Lee Desmond, after a couple of weeks off, is back in the 18.
Jeez.
See Alder Sanchez.
Maybe.
He's able to go in the middle because this man, Rodrigo Lopez, will drift around. He's almost got a free roll underneath.
Please, yeah. I bet that's a different spot altogether.
And he can spray passes like that. It definitely helps.
Over the top, Alder Sanchez onside.
Go on.
Bring it down to the box, plays the cut.
Ah.
Cicerone just behind, outside the 6.
At least that's what we're trying to do.
We'll watch it out of play.
Beautiful piece of play there, though, from the Republic. Luis Felipe clipping the ball over the top for Sanchez to run onto, and tries to put that ball right in the box. Cicerone just maybe a little out in front of it. The ball maybe just a touch behind him, but ultimately, really another really good chance. And you know, getting balls across the face of goal like that.
I agree with that.
You're gonna end up with some clear-cut chances and some goals.
And that play starts as well. Alder Sanchez actually initiates it. You know, he doesn't just stay out.
Jeez.
He came inside. He knew the space was in behind. A little bit more direct with He does a great job finding him. A really lively start in the attack for this Republic side. Yet to score.
Oh, that's funny.
Off the line, but you feel like if you keep this up, 12 minutes into this one, Republic could get a goal or two.
That's even better. That. Yep.
There's no doubt about it tonight.
Same colors almost, right?
It was the Detroit busy here, but Rodrigo Lopez was injured. And that devastating quad injury that we thought would be put him out the entire season, to see him with valuable minutes.
Jeez.
Could be another
Wow.
fantastic run for number 8. It's going to be great to have him.
Well, what a legend.
Well,
Liking my reaction on Instagram. Thank you very much.
Just to have him for even a half, guys, is really something to say about his ability to get back.
You might be getting yourself a UK supporter here.
Just his presence, you know, even if it's on the bench.
Yeah.
Like can be felt on the field.
I've even told my parents if I could get a shirt, I would get one. Because they look more better than some shirts that I've seen over here.
As disposal corner kick, Sacramento has been
Yeah.
dominant of 10 wins, 4 draws.
It's not really, because usually you just see teams just wearing one colour and it's just that and nothing else on it.
Steve Biggin with 64 points on the season. Good scoring opportunity here. Nobody better than Rodrigo Lopez.
Yeah.
Here's Jacker.
Yeah.
Send it right back in, looking for Donovan. Here's a follow, Luis Felipe. Oh,
I think the only issue that look, I love black, but over here we get we basically have the weather you have over in America. We basically get that in the summer, so black wouldn't go well. Yeah. Because yeah, because
another corner kick here for Sacramento. It'll be Lopez again, the captain. With 4 assists on the year, will play it short to Perrano. Comes
hopefully.
out to Roro. corner, third in a row.
Yep.
As Gabriel Cabral couldn't find an
Yep.
outlet and concedes the corner.
And if anybody doesn't know, every other team that's in the playoff that actually knows who their opponents, we're the only ones that don't.
And you see, it might not even have been Stanley. I think it was the extended left arm, and it was a handball.
Wow, wow. So apparently, wow. So my analogies, if any of you don't watch any British football, they need VAR for that, because that is worse than what I've seen, and that's with VAR.
The centre back were way outside of his body.
Because apparently someone actually handballed it actually to stop it from actually going in.
Is doable for USL, whether or not it should be implemented. I think at times like that, if you're a Republic fan, obviously
Yep.
you're calling for VAR.
Ha! No, that's hilarious. I just mentioned and just talk about VAR, and what does the commentator do seconds later? Goes and talks about VAR.
Done by Rivas to keep the possession alive for Miami.
But over here, you just hear more people complain about that more than anything else.
Weaving in is Cabral, looking for a little
And if
possession here for
anyone went and saw the madness at Wrexham, boy.
on the other side of the pitch.
They were 2-1 down, and then he went and scored 2 goals in stoppage time to win 3-2.
Game, their latest collection in collaboration with local artist Rosa Antonio Serabia, co-founders and co-directors of Azul's Design.
Yeah, that's
addition to the team store.
yeah. They're supposed to have a new stand being built, so it's going to make the stadium better.
Has pretty much been in the Republic's attacking half, which is obviously great, but
They,
this Miami
yeah,
team that's built
they're
to
trying to, but
and then hit you really quickly on a counter. Before you know
their
it, it's
Welsh FA will not help them.
you've controlled the
So basically, the owners are pulling their own money out and said they'll do it themselves. Anyone will do anything if it, because they're big names, they'll do it.
Now wide to Repetto here. Overcommit from Alier Sanchez. Gets
Yeah.
away with it, and that will be a Miami corner.
Yeah. Then I've also been watching. Yeah,
Miami resumed.
and I do recommend.
Allowed Charleston a week
And I
ago.
do recommend for anyone, if you like your documentaries, go and watch Wrexham's. It's actually quite funny for some parts of it, but some of it's quite serious as well.
Alive. Here they are in Sacramento. See if they can at least get the draw.
I've watched up to episode 3.
A loss won't do it. Aiden Stanley, 23-year-old.
But
Very good. Nearly 3,000.
it's the most I've never seen, and even they've gone and quoted Wrexham themselves. Have even gone and quoted what a typical American not knowing British sports laws.
Looking good for
It's just typical. They went typical American.
Republic able to clear. Rivas from distance takes an awkward hop. And it's Danny Vidiello coming up with a big stop.
Yeah,
And there's that left foot from Joaquin Rivas.
Yeah.
Very, very dangerous. Anytime
Because
you give him that sort of time on his
how on earth, and I still don't get it. I can understand this, but I still, other people, a lot of people may around the world not understand that.
All of a sudden that ball gets on
They could go and watch it, most football over here, at say like a 3 o'clock, but for you, but we can't. So people who come over here that are not from this country then get confused to why you can't do it.
They'll let it fall to McGuire. Well, choosing the right health plan for you and your family is simple with Western Health Advantage.
And you got to think, if that were to be the case, would the stadiums be full up? No, because people be saving their money and actually watching it at home. It's to do that to get the stadiums filled up. That's why I think more countries could be better at more better by doing that way, because then it means you're saving clubs from going out of business as well. Yeah, but yeah, if you were to do, I'll understand if they did it for soccer in America, it might work because you might get more of a crowd.
Just keeping an eye on scores around the USL. The Republic will still finish first in the West.
I don't.
San Antonio hosting Indy 11.
Yeah.
They were down 3-1. They're back to 3-3 right now. They're up a man. And then the other scores, which really could affect who Republic will play next week. Oakland at home losing 2-0 against El Paso 20 minutes into the game.
So if El Paso would win, it would drop New Mexico down to 8. And then New Mexico would be coming here to Sacramento. So
Wow. So we now got more. We got some other events of happening. Even if Miami were to win, we wouldn't.
competition at this point.
The team that we at the moment could be facing next week could be at home to New Mexico.
And if you're the Republic, I think you just take solace in the fact that you're hosting.
Yeah, but that's only because New Mexico are losing. If New Mexico were to score, then that would then change again.
You got to go out and get a W regardless of who it is.
New Mexico, Sacramento, a scoreless draw. Last time they faced here.
But it would be interesting, like they do over here. If there's a lot of teams involved in it, you just give permutations for what could happen. So it's like you have the A and B's of what could happen if each game were to finish this way. Because it happens over here a lot. They have to do it a lot for like the league that Wrexham are in or stuff like that. If it goes like to the wire.
We didn't, there wasn't playoff buys, but at times there was teams that almost felt that way, or regular
down.
teams that you could look at your roster and
across the pond, when stuff like that happens, you've got the phrase is, every Tom, Dick and Harry will not pay attention to the game whatsoever because of so much nervousness that they'll be more looking at all the other teams involved in it more than watching their own, because it's and stuff like that just makes it a little bit easier and it settles you. Because then at least we've got to go and get a draw or a win, so then I can then focus on my own team. But over here we don't do that. We make it hard and not simple.
And that's going to be tough. This is a very short bench tonight, as they just have 4 outfield players available for selection.
Yeah. Oh, okay, folks. We might have something here.
I think that's a very crafty Cicerone there, because while there's no doubt it was a foul, it wasn't a whole lot in it.
Yep. He got pulled back, but could he be through on goal? So if that's the case, it's a red card.
Makes a lot out of it. Shows the referee, hey, I got tugged here, and really forces his hand. And now a really dangerous situation here to put strike on net. Try to test Jake McGuire here.
Wow.
Any guesses who you think will take this one?
It's got to be your captain, right?
You don't think he'll give this up?
Yeah.
He's got the armband. He gets the first right of refusal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
it would be a tad confusing.
This is only one person taking this.
Jack is sitting there begging for it though.
And these are the ones where
you jammy gets right near the end. San Antonio equalize.
3 or 4 yards further back.
A little further back. That you can go where the goalie's at right now. You can go to his side.
And also one who played for Macron, aka Paul Wanderers, and they used to have the Macron Stadium. Facts it could
be vital here. Can Sacramento find one?
Yeah, that's good.
I think Roro's going to go the goalkeeper side here.
Yeah.
He's going to pretend he's going over the wall.
Go on.
Roro,
Oh, the bar!
Perano knocked on. Perano follows
No,
up, and it's
literally off the bar. It just bounced off the top of the bar and just came out.
What a brilliant look. That would have been inches away.
What a strike for Roro there. I mean, you spoke about it, how
Jeez.
difficult it is to get that ball up and dip it, and he was,
Yeah.
I mean, 3-4 inches
The
away
one-
from doing it perfectly. I mean, just
The only thing in soccer that I will say, do never ever be sponsored by Nike.
almost dipped underneath. I mean, McGuire was beat there, there's no doubt about it. Just the crossbars are like to keep it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've seen Rodriguez Lopez do
Yeah,
just
the
about
only
anything, haven't we?
the only
We're not
reason I like
surprised by anything anymore.
Nike is because the team out, my team over here basically is sponsored by Nike, but none of the shirts, none of the stuff ever get put in their stores, but every other team does. Yeah, the only I won't say every team. You odd time you'll see Spurs, you'll see Liverpool, Barcelona, PSG, and that is it. And you thought there's a lot more other teams that have got it, that are big names that have got that sponsor, but they never put them in.
Pressure, Ferrano battling Akinyode. Probably done a nice job of, when it's not there, still retaining possession.
There's, I can see where you're coming from, but usually with sponsors you get put in in the Nike store, but we never get the choice. So if you want to get anything, instead I could go, at least I can go somewhere cheaper and get it. That's what I do. Because at least Sports Direct actually care.
Being content with bringing it out and having the confidence that you can keep the ball and wait for those opportunities to arise and then attack.
Yeah, I think in the world of football we were the last kit in actually the world of football. If you were starting your season in August to actually release a kit.
That's a really, really good sign heading into the playoffs if that sort of thing is back.
Swallowing through the entire.
Yeah, we.
Cicerone finding a chip here for Kerr. Opportunity for.
Because we. Yeah, we're doing well. You wouldn't. It would be annoying. You're playing your first game of the season and you've not announced your kit, but then you announce it 2 days after you've actually played in it. That's what we did. Then a few weeks later we announced an away kit and then a third kit, but we did it literally during the season when you're supposed to release stuff before. Our owner's a bit weird. He must be weird. He owns the LA Dodgers. What do you expect? Yeah. And
I tell you what, it's a lot more fun rooting for him.
our owner, aka Todd Bowley. That's who. Yeah.
That guy was an absolute nightmare trying to stay in front of him.
Well, I have to, but I give that guy respect because he literally attends every home game, even though he lives in America. So I gotta give him respect on that. That's a proper owner. I don't.
But the Republic just continue to pepper the goal, and
Yeah.
I think that one of these has got to get home, after a while.
I might have to do some research and actually see who actually owns this club.
Felipe.
I'm always. Go on, you're through. Go on. Oh, you tried chipping the keeper and you couldn't even chip it high enough.
He's trying to chip the goalkeeper there, Christian Pirano.
Yeah, he tried chipping him and he literally failed.
For half a second, thought about pulling him back, and that would have been the end of his night. He lets Pirano go.
Yeah.
Maguire off his line. Pirano can't get enough of contact on it.
That's what you want.
Off the goalkeeper, and then
Looking to be a little cheeky, and if the goalkeeper doesn't go down, sometimes he looks a little bit foolish. But I like the idea there. He didn't really have much of an angle. It would have had to be a really, really impressive strike to beat him from there, and so might as well try something.
Wow, that's a rough call there.
Yep.
I don't know if there's any contact. Either way, Sacramento continuing to apply pressure on this Miami side who needs a result. They want to find themselves
Oh yeah, I forgot.
playing next Saturday at Pittsburgh.
Your owner owns Huddersfield Town, the side who literally are up and down.
table for Sacramento, but what it does is this place has to be your fortress for the next month. So if you can get set, this is a playoff level team they're playing against here against Miami tonight. They're going to face that.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
El Paso, Oakland, or New Mexico. So it's preparation. You know you can take care of business. Packed house, the fans are incredible tonight.
Wow.
Just get you
Apparently, the only reason he bought the club was because he was wanting to revive an MLS dream.
Crystal Creamery, so Billy Strongbones embodies with the freshest dairy from the valley since 1901.
That's the reason why he bought it, apparently.
Local fresh.
Mickey Mouse League. Yeah.
The air starts to cool down too. It really feels like the playoffs, doesn't it?
Change of the season now.
Well, they used to be in September. Now they're in November almost. So. Bower Bridge Battalion has their drums going. Packed house here at Hard Health.
Yep.
Sold out crowd.
Let's have a look, because I think one league has finished from what I've heard in the USL, but I think it's USL 2 has finished.
Excited to play in front of 12,000 fans like this. Unfortunately, Miami doesn't get quite the crowds that we're used to here. Very lucky. Rodrigo Lopez making a run. Shane Weed.
That's no slight to Miami. Most teams
Wow.
themselves do not get the crowd.
Oh yeah,
Place to play.
because I think every highlight you watch of their games, there's no one there.
You know, everyone is sensing it. They're starting to really show up, pack the house.
They literally don't get, literally their attendance is usually 0.
Give credit to Sacramento. They
Wow.
went out into this game and treated this like a playoff game. Probably easy to sort of in the back of your mind say, well, it doesn't really matter what we do tonight, but
That's
the
good.
quality's been great. Mark Briggs talked about all week. It has been going into a playoff type game. This is not something that they've taken lightly in training. They've showed it as well.
Yeah, he mentions it on the call that they're going to treat it like a playoff game and take it really seriously. And, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm kind of like, yeah, but you say that, but how serious is that? You know, it truly doesn't really matter that much. You got the 1 seed in the West.
That's what you
To
want.
your point, it really seems like he's gotten in their heads. They've come out with a real proper mentality, and they're out here to win this game. There's no doubt about it.
I also don't think there's probably very few guaranteed spots. You know, I mean, there's guys out there who are they're trying to get minutes. They might not be starting come next week, but they want to get as many minutes as they can, and this is a chance for them to
That's what you want.
Magagnoni finding Sorto in space. Danny Vitiello there to meet him at the line.
To your point, Adam, all season long, the depth of this team is really
Very surprised.
With all the injuries that there's been, to be able to continue to keep that spot at the top of the table despite, 3, 4 starters, 5 starters out at times, it's really impressive. But at the same time,
The text for the webcam.
this roster is so competitive. And you're absolutely right. Every single one of these guys is making a last-minute
Interesting.
be in that 11 come next weekend at the start of the playoffs.
Oh, interesting.
Look at this. Sacramento was alone in first place 24 weeks this year. They were in alone or a share of that in 31 weeks. Only one time El Paso had it in first place. That's incredible.
It really is, and the Republic have had, especially to start the season, were unbelievably hot. But it shows so much that even throughout the season, at times when we felt this team was going through bad stretches or some lulls, at only one point were they ever not in first place. I mean, that is truly remarkable.
And it was El Paso, the team that was
It ain't horrible.
not going to see the playoffs, surged all the way to the top. I think they won 9 in a row. They fall out again, and now they are having an opportunity to be in 7th and find themselves on the road, either against San Antonio, Orange County, or maybe even San Diego at this point. So we'll see how things go. San Antonio final looks like a 3-3 draw against Indy 11. So currently,
Oh, please.
Orange County and San Diego right now 54 points. So they would need to win to leap
No.
San Antonio. Now San Diego and Orange County, should they both win, Orange County has had a tiebreaker. So it could go Sacramento, Orange County, San Diego, San Antonio. It is a wild weekend.
Way.
I can't remember the final day of the USL ever being this up in the air. Coming down to the last match, it's it really does show the parity of this league and how competitive it is. And, you know, the margins are so small.
Here's Lopez behind each.
Weirdly enough, the smallest stadium in this league, including both conferences, is actually owned by San Antonio.
Run it back this time, and he goes right into the ad board, and it will be a corner kick. Tell you what.
Then we got less than 8,000.
He looks as fast as ever. Biggest thing Mark Brake's talking about is getting him enough minutes to get ready for a postseason run. He's looked pretty good, 35 in.
And he's a player, I don't know if he's ready to start yet. He hasn't played many minutes this year. He's had some injuries since he got here. But what a weapon to bring off the bench. We speak about Luther Archimed, but Christian Pirano, if he can get 30, 40 minutes in him.
Yes, bring on the goat.
It punched away by McGuire.
The goat to heading the ball.
Sanchez battling the small things that out there will do during a game. That's one of them right there. It doesn't seem like much at the time, but it's Republic the possession.
It is finished in one game. San Antonio 3, Indy 11 3. So that means San Antonio await their spot. Louisville clinch 5th, and Indy have now locked up in 6th. So at least you got some confirmations for some of the results.
With SMUD rebates, you'll save big. Save money and save the planet for generations to come. Get rebates up to $3,500 from SMUD on clean power appliances, electric vehicles, and much more. At
Yeah.
SMUDcity.org.
That's what you want. And come on, San Diego. Hopefully you win away at Las Vegas for your last league game ever.
I've really enjoyed this year too, seeing every single team across the league. I think it's something I hope we get back to. There's so many seasons we were just seeing a few of the teams, and sometimes 4 times in a row, in a year, I should say. And it's really been nice to see so many different players come through Sacramento, or Sacramento travel to a new location.
Oakland, how are you losing to El Paso 2-0?
Like such a waste that we have this league filled with all these good teams, and you never got to
Oakland for you.
You never got to compare yourself against the Louisvilles and the Tampa Bays and these teams that were dominating the East. How good are they? You know, because we never got the chance to play them, and so I think it brings a lot of credibility to this league that you get to travel across the nation.
Go on, let's get some goals. Let's get some goals. Let's get some goals. That would just be awful.
Shane Wheat, crowd likes it. Toe tap from Roro. A Femu, and there is a whistle.
Cicerone was offside when Roro flicked it on, and then once he decided to go press him, the referee decided to put the flag up.
A rare case where too much hustle was a bad thing.
Too much hustle from Russell.
Yeah, too much hustle from Russell.
Cicerone, talk about an Iron Man.
Oh, I like that.
It's all 36 games.
Oh, that's good.
This season, and pretty incredible. 33 USL, 33 US Open Cup. This makes 34 in USL, so now 37.
And he never looks like he's slowing down, right? I mean, to the last minute of the game, he's sprinting around, being a pest for opposing back lines, and most importantly, he's the most dangerous player on the field at all times. I mean, he's a goal-scoring machine, rarely misses opportunities when he gets them, and not only is he lethal in front of goal, but he creates a ton of opportunities, not only for himself, but for others as well.
You ever play that many games, Iron Man? You can get too many injuries, right?
Wow.
I had a couple ankles here and there or something like that, but I think I had a few seasons where I played almost every game.
How about you, Adam? You were here for a couple of years, but I don't remember most.
Oh, yeah, look at the game right now there.
There definitely need to be.
No, I think the most I probably played in a season was maybe 25.
But you got a whole 34 or whatever games it was then into those short games, so we appreciate that. There's a cross here coming for Sacramento. Opportunity looking for Alder Sanchez. Roro trying to get under it, misses both Lopez and Sorta. There's going to be Rivas. And now opportunity for...
Oh.
That's going to have been Timmer. It just started to dip at the end there. It looked like it was going to sail, and Jared Timmer looking for #1 on the season.
I think Jared Timmer was watching Adam Moffat highlights.
Yeah, that was
and
timely, wasn't it?
he almost put himself right up there with something Adam Moffat would do. Has a strike from distance and just a yard or so over the bar, but pretty decent there, huh?
Was not far away from Timmer. You looked
Not
at
far.
straight away the intent. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Get it out of his feet and have a strike.
Yep, not boring indeed.
First time they would think, well, that's something maybe Jared Timmer did quite often. That's the first time we've seen it all season.
First shot he's taken.
Yeah, well, something like that.
Yep.
He's had a couple chances on headers, but not a clear chance from distance.
Well, he looked pretty comfortable, you know, knocking it out of his feet and having to go. So maybe that's something that he's putting in his arsenal to get ready for the playoffs. You know, keep him guessing.
Maybe Roro will let him take the next free kick.
And back to Danny Vidiello. What a year Danny has had. .86 goal against average, 81 saves. 29 appearances. This is number 30.
Come on, can we have a goal, please, or a chance?
Phenomenal season for him. But I think, you know, that number of saves, it's just a little over 2 per game. I think that's a huge credit to the back line that's in front of him. You know, his success, all the clean sheets, and all of that, it's a lot to do with him and how he's played, how he organizes the back line. But definitely a huge credit for, you know, not just the back 3 or the back 5, but, you know, all 10 guys that play out in front of him. It's been a really, really good effort all season long from this Republic team defensively.
Even as good as Josh Cohn has been, no keeper in Sacramento has ever won the Golden Glove. And
Wow.
Vidiello with an opportunity to do that tonight.
So there also could be history made tonight.
Cabral.
Just remember, we're in the 41st minute, but this Miami side cannot lose this game.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it'll
if
be
the
very
goalkeeper
happy with
gets a
0-0.
clean sheet tonight,
Be asking at halftime if we can
he'll be
save
the first Sacramento player to ever win the Golden Glove.
So a goal could really change the complexity of this match, especially if it's scored by the Republic.
So basically have the most clean sheets or most shutouts.
What could be the most exciting? I think the Republic getting a goal could make for some serious fireworks in the second half, because you know Miami's going to be throwing everything forward. And
Yeah,
I don't
you
think the Republic
just
really
need to
did
pray that Miami
back
don't
and
score. That means he won't get it.
I think if the and they've been knocking on the door all this entire first half, so if they can get one in, I think that could make serious action.
Come on, create something, anything.
Several really good chances. Able to break through. It's scoreless. 43 minutes gone by. Christian Prano, he's had a couple of nice looks as well. Roro,
And up the 49ers.
of the year. Smacking the crossbar.
I keep an eye on them sometimes.
Cerrone was able to draw just outside the 18.
You don't want to play in New York with the pitch where everyone gets injured.
At Monterey, which puts them a point above San
Yeah.
Antonio as it stands. Would give them the second seed in the
Or
West.
you don't want to say the one team that everyone hates it. LA Rams.
And they would find themselves in the 7th spot if that result holds.
If you say that to anyone, they might want to tell you off. Don't say that around that area. Don't say LA Rams.
They've each had to play arguably the 2 best teams in the entire USL Championship. Detroit taking on
Oh my God!
Miami.
Red.
And neither bodily side Pittsburgh took it easy, and it is like Sacramento's taking it easy. But you like to see that
You might You might be happy. You might be excited by this.
Do you remember any final day?
Vice Mayor
games
Eric
where
is at the game tonight.
was on the line?
Yes, our
Showing his support for the local team.
it was actually the last year that I played with Rivas. We had to go into Tulsa. We were away at Tulsa for our last game of the season. We clinched the 1 seed. So that was the final
Because it's an
day,
important game.
locking up that
Because it's the
1
last
seed.
one.
I don't
Of the main
remember
season.
A final day as far as whether or not we made the playoffs. Unfortunately, my last year playing, the final day didn't mean anything for us because we had already missed the playoffs. But
You
scored in it though.
And you had a great somersault, not a somersault, backflip. Front flip, what did you do?
It was a cartwheel, I believe.
Cartwheel.
There was no
It's
playoff.
Vice Mayor Eric,
Cool highlight out of it.
and he put Vamos Sac Republic FC.
Sacramento applying some pressure here. Gers off to the right.
Sounds like he's Spanish.
Side instead. She's trying to find a
So
run.
I can,
Tackle this back out.
yeah, but I can that's where I can definitely see why most of the team has got the Spanish. You picked a lot of Spaniards,
But unable
and it's halftime, folks, and it's 0-0.
early goal, and so we go to the break. No score between Miami FC and the Sacramento Republic. The playoffs on the line for Miami, trying to get into that HB. The Republic with that number 2 overall spot. You've got 45 minutes to play. Should be a good one. Stick around.
Okay, that's fine. If you guys want to put any questions in the chat, I will answer as many questions as I can. And if any of you want to come and join us on the Discord, which is the Quail's Nest. We are taking live calls at halftime and at full time for you guys' opinions. Or if you don't want to come on the call, you could always put your questions in the chat. Hi William, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Where are you from, pal? DCFC. So is that, just to be on the safe side, is that American, English? Because in the UK, we have a couple of teams in the UK which have that initials as well. So you just got to be a bit more clarify on that. Is it DC as in DC City FC? Or is it DCFC as in Derby County FC? Just to be on the same side, we have got a couple of teams in that over here that have got the same initials and stuff like that. So, okay, we have a couple of votes in the chat. It's Sacramento Republic have been voted at 25% to win. 50% is Miami FC, and a draw at 25%. Keep your questions coming. I will try and get some facts. Some facts for you folks, because I can multitask and also keep an eye on some scores at the same time for you folks. There we go. If you guys, jeez, how on earth are we not 1-0 up at half time? 1-0 up. Yep. I don't know what I'm going to say. I've had this in my head, but I'm going to do it anyway. 3 shots for the Inter Miami B-Tech team. Just because I just thought, because they do get shadow on, they do get really overlooked by Inter Miami. That's why I call them the B-Tech. Or the reserves. They've had 3 shots and and Sacramento have had 11. Surprise. We have hit the crossbar once. Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yep. Yep. Nope. Wow. Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yep. Simple. Wow. That's good.
But don't forget the bracket challenge. You're a big bracket challenge guy, Adam Moffat.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the
Yeah.
bracket could change right now, so.
You don't want to get
That's
into
what you
all
want.
the,
No, not too early. Just wait until the games are over. But make sure you sign up for that. I'm not sure what the prize is, but I'm sure it's good.
It's going to be hopefully great. Yeah, and then obviously the final coming up on ESPN2 November 12th at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So hopefully it's here in
And
Sacramento. Still a chance
that's
for that,
nice.
obviously. Long way to go. Updated bracket is the playoff
Ooh.
is everything were to end like this currently. San Antonio would fall to third as Orange County's up a goal.
Okay, that's
You're
interesting.
looking at New Mexico most likely for Sacramento unless Oakland can come back from a 2-goal deficit, guys.
Yeah, and looking
So
at that bracket, the thing that
us,
stands out to me is it's
so
kind of
us will face New
so
Mexico, and if we beat New Mexico at this moment, we'll be facing either San Diego or Colorado.
one spot
We
all
didn't
year
think
long.
Orange County may even make the playoffs when we played them the first time down in Irvine. So you never know. Here is what it would look like in the Eastern Conference. The only difference right now would be
And I
Miami.
will say is unlucky Miami if it stays the way it is. Unlucky,
Miami
because they'll be playing Pittsburgh. Unlucky.
They can finish 8th or they can finish 9th, and they have 45 minutes to see where they're gonna land. I think they'll land in 9th. to be honest. I think Republic are going to win this second half.
All right, well, we have 45 minutes to find out. And as you guys talked about, a goal by Sacramento is going to open this game up completely, as there's no tomorrow for this Miami FC side. Fans having a good
Yeah.
time. They're hoping to cheer on the Republic, see if they get 3 points tonight and finish the
Wow.
64 points. Miami trying
Sounds like they're not doing
way to find 3 points.
iffy things.
Highlights coming up right after this.
That's not fair if someone works hard. Yeah. It's and that's good. Yeah. Cause that's good. We should be earning money to, if it goes well, to sustain you and sustain your family for quite a while. That's what you want. That's what you want. That's good. But you'll... Yeah. YouTube very similar, but there's so many more people on that than any others. It's hard for them to do everyone. But sometimes you'll have time for some people, and some people have even gone in and interviewed her and everything. And she's got a lot of respect. Oh God. Oh. And weirdly enough, man, what Jack Films is funny. He's completely, it's so completely different to the other person. What? It's awesome to do it when you're not the same type of content. Yeah, but the one thing is, everybody has, in some way or another, it's has the right to free speech. You have the right to say what you want within right. If the person doesn't like it, there's nothing you can do about it unless he's saying something offensive. That's the one that now that's just getting to the point where some I will say, as someone who's done YouTube about 5 years, I don't like certain streamers or YouTubers that do that and try and ruin other people's lives. Yeah, but it... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's... But... Yeah. There is one simple thing that most people would have done. You would have kindly sent just a message and just gone and said, I just don't like what you're saying, why you're doing this for, and he'll give you just the better explanation instead of going and blowing it out of proportion. And he might give you a rough answer, I'm only doing that because I'm maybe saying this and that due to the... Just because of its content, and one, it gives people... and people have the right to do what they want unless it's offensive. I wouldn't be bothered if anybody said anything about me. They could say, I think the content should be done better, and then someone could use that as a compliment and advice. Yeah. Yeah.
And Miami now will head toward the north wall of the Tower Bridge Battalion. Beautiful night, low 70s. Another other weather to deal with tonight. Rodrigo Lopez.
Oh.
Here out of the gate,
Cautious. They're not going to...
Oh, very funny.
Up too much. They'll be happy the position they're in. Their season's still alive. They do not want to gift anything to this Republic side, so I think for them it's very cautious, solid at the back, not taking too many chances.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
the first half of the Republic, we saw 11 shots, 3 on target, and some
One thing I will say is,
didn't quite come off.
it's funny how what he always says about British driving, because we are very mental when it comes to driving.
75th, 80th minute. I would be, I would think
We're bad. We're bad.
Same result, maybe
But I still love the edits. Then you just put random 80s songs.
And as this game continues, the longer it stays now,
I think that's funny.
What's going to happen with Miami? They're going to drop deeper and deeper and try and preserve what they have, and that is going to make it really interesting, especially when you bring someone like Luther Archmed off the bench, who we know can find the back of the net.
No, I've never have either.
How much minutes will you look for Mark Briggs to get to some of these guys? Because playoffs
No.
could mean extra time, ultimately playing more minutes than
No.
you expected early on. So could you
Yeah.
come into the 60th, 70th minute and then ultimately still
Yeah.
play an additional 50 minutes or so in the game? So we'll have to kind of see how Mark Briggs goes. He's going to want to get Luther and Zico and even Matt LaGrange,
Yep.
who's back in the 18th minutes. And imagine you'll see Lee Desmond at some point tonight as well.
Yeah.
Arnold Lopez, he will likely enter the game. So you're probably going to see 5 changes made by Mark Briggs. See how those first few scenes play out here.
Like most people say, he got robbed. No, he got robbed because a lot of some. Because apparently he did get it on the back of the head once, but he did get it multiple times before that. So it shouldn't be just 1 point deduction; it should be multiple because he did get it 3 or 4 times. But they only took it out for the 1 time.
For Sorto, and he just unable to find target. A little bit of a breakdown there as Christian Sorto weaving through, looking for goal number 4 on the year.
He does so well. Just receives that ball on the turn. Does everything right except the execution of the finish. Yeah, a little bit too composed.
Oh no.
Tries to slot it past Danny Vitiello right in the corner. Doesn't get it right, but that's the best chance we've seen all night from Miami.
Pretty good look from Rivas, pretty far out. That was probably the most dangerous one. Look at this quick touch. Yeah, offside.
And also, Dillian Dennis, do not try and do your MMA stuff and try and do wrestling moves in a boxing match.
Pretty good call. Roro trying to sneak back, at this point in his career, he doesn't get
Yeah, and then instead I'll decide, oh, I won't go and play boxing. I'll go and try and hit security. Yeah. We wanna go.
Cicerone picking it up. driving forward here.
Uh-huh.
And playing in that central position.
Ah.
Almost gets it back from Christian Pirano.
This will be a throw here for Sacramento.
Jeez.
Luis Felipe, just inside the circle.
Yep.
Luis Felipe, so far tonight, what a season he has had, even with some of the injuries, dealing with 7 goals on the year.
Anytime you get that sort of production from a guy that's your, holding mid, and he has at times played a little bit farther up the field, especially when Arnold.
Yep.
He's definitely stepped up a little bit, but. It's production you don't necessarily expect, but it's multiple seasons in a row now that Luis Felipe has proven that he's a guy that can produce, in the attacking side of the field as well as hold down defensively.
Scored 7 in a season once as defensive midfielder.
Oh
as well.
my god.
All penalty kicks, so I don't know if that's the same.
Is that true?
Yeah, mostly penalty kicks. I did check with
This guy, he's one of the most
One thing I will tell you, folks, I thought
players we probably have ever
when we
had
saw
here.
Oakland's game that while back when you can't see the pitch. One pitch is now half of it's covered in fog.
That's what I'm saying. We can use the internet. We can look this up, but we'll pay attention.
It's on there somewhere.
Yeah.
Along with that highlight of me diving, getting a yellow card.
Well, a week from today, 7 o'clock kick, Western Conference quarterfinal match. Who will Sacramento play? Here's a ball through to Cicerone.
Come on, Sacramento.
Don't miss out. Buy your tickets. Be here at Hart.
Keeps us a legend in YouTube.
For the opening round of the USL Championship playoffs.
Yeah.
Roro finding Gurr. Gurr's got plenty of room here. He's going to whip. Cross in, looking for Felipe. Good look from Sacramento.
Now was Felipe coming in late. He's so good at it. We spoke about the 7 goals. He almost got an 8th there.
Yeah. And games.
Really trying to drag that with him. And here comes Rivas. Rivas going to play it all the other side to Repetto.
What?
Italian. Looking to find some space. Sanchez able to
Wow.
recover. And Miami FC will slow it down. Cabral finding Stanley. Stanley looking across this one in. Right in front of Vidiello, a crashing Kyle Murphy.
But-
He's been a bit quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Nearly
But I don't mind Logan because he sounds like he's more down,
here in the second.
more honest and down to earth.
Yeah, it's a couple times now they've looked dangerous in their attacking third. I mean, already.
Because he's not even taking the boxing. He's not even taking boxing seriously. He's just it's just a hobby.
Field and then putting in a decently dangerous ball there. You'd like to see maybe a couple more runners in the box to give the Republic back line a little bit more trouble. But
Wow.
I think that's very
Yeah,
good.
he's doing it.
Sacramento can get this ball
Yeah.
off the right hand side. Jack Gurr's got a ton of space.
Yeah.
Stanley's pinched in narrow. And the fewer passes you can do it, the more time you give them. They finally get it out here.
Yeah. He said he's
And that's
more
where you see
he's
we're
more
moving over
wanting
the
to
fact
go
that he
into
can play a
wrestling than he
70-yard
is more
switch.
boxing.
It just gives Jack Gurr so much more time and space. When it takes 3-4 passes, the whole back line shifts over the center mids. Don't quite get the same amount of space to exploit.
It's those small margins that can be all the difference, right? That's it. I mean, the difference between.
But one thing I will say is, and that is in response to Jake Paul's team, why don't he go and tell their trainer that his cap still had the tag on the back?
It really does make all the difference in potentially creating
It did you have the white tag you do when you buy it? It didn't take it off.
After 1 goal a year ago, 5 goals, 7 assists. There's going to be 6 assists here in 2023. Did a
Okay.
couple in the U.S. Open Cup.
that kind of production
Yeah.
out of an outside wing back is, I mean, that's all league type stuff. I'll leave that up to the voters at the end of the season, but I would be shocked if he doesn't find himself on one of those all league teams.
And injured for a couple of matches. Here's Craig.
Wow.
Back line a bit vulnerable. Hunted out of it. Ross does so well to control.
Yep.
Drawing the foul.
Come on, someone get a goal.
Casino, go-karts, bowling, and more. casino partner of Sacramento Republic FC. Oakland
Can English football please come back so I don't have to, when every time I'm watching a game I have an ad pop up that then ruins the match.
We're still down 1. They will throw everything at it.
Cause we don't do it because you get a lot of complaints. We do it at half time and at full time. But the difference is we have actual proper ads where the showing of like the stadium goes off and you actually have actual ads.
You think about no Christian Herrera today.
So we go full on professional mode.
Different look in terms of what you're getting out of one of those top attacking positions.
Well, in that particular moment right there, I think is a little bit of the difference is the out-and-out striker mentality to try to make that hard run across the front.
Get a goal.
I think Sebastian maybe gets in there and gives himself a chance to score on goal.
Oh, come on. I want a goal.
Adam, I don't know how you feel. That's a disappointing corner for me because that was an incredible ball in there. And not one runner is getting across the keeper there to where he's a comfortable punch that was really at head height. And that's a ball that somebody should be there with a chance to score.
Cicerone taken down. No foul, no whistle. Kyle Murphy just outside. He gets counted on him and looking across this ball, and no running. Pedal late arriving. Alder Sanchez will send it up to the pitch here.
That's a couple times now we've seen Miami put a
That's good.
ball in the box and nobody there on the other end. And you wonder if maybe that's part of the mentality that they are content trying to keep this at 0-0 and just get this back to the house.
And they don't have much depth on the bench. We spoke about not too many outfield players, a couple of them are young academy players. Players coming back from injury, so maybe some tired legs in the next 30 minutes.
Well, what a travel if they do get into the postseason. They're going to come here and then have to go all the way up to Pittsburgh as well. So the airline miles will definitely be in the positive.
Are you gonna bring some players on?
It will not be for this Miami team, but I'm sure there's a different energy and buzz. Once you get there, right, your adrenaline kicks in at a different level.
You get the full week of recovery, you know. I mean, the travel's not ideal, but
into space here, playing across the face of goal again.
Hopefully you guys
Miami FC player making a run.
hit the like and everything for me being very committed at this time.
Just begging for someone to tap it in. They're just not committing enough bodies forward.
Oh, hi.
Understand why they're not.
I might as well get a bit close. Get a bit closer up.
More comfortable for them if they're up.
Because usually that's been a bit far away from it.
Down a goal against Charlton a week ago, and
Yeah.
one of the heroes, a goal and
I don't know how it feels when it's nearly 4:30 in the morning.
player of the week for his efforts. Keko and Jack Gurdon joining him on
Shows my passion. I know. I actually enjoy it because the game's actually good. But usually when a game you think nothing's gonna happen, you just think to yourself, why oh why I could have gone to bed. But then as soon as a goal goes in, it thinks, I'm finally happy to stay up.
Elk Grove Charter School believes nobody succeeds alone.
It is because I don't even watch the league above because I can't be bothered. And unlucky Messi and Inter Miami because you're not going to win a trophy this year.
Jacker along the touchline. Jacker is going to play it forward. Rodrigo Lopez has a room. He's going to try to find Cicerone. He's back onside. Famu does enough defensively. And a little miscommunication between Christian Sorto and Kyle Murphy.
that last opportunity from the Republic, I think Russell realized he was just a half step offside and had to reroute his run a little bit, and I think that was just enough to throw it off to where Roro wasn't quite able to find him.
Wow.
That chance on goal.
coming up to the hour mark. I think we'll start seeing a few substitutions here soon.
Happy days.
Archibald probably two of the first to come off the bench for Mark Briggs' side. No movement on Lewis Niels. 20 points separating these two teams, but their objectives very different.
Wow.
As well. Miami trying to find themselves into the postseason. Sacramento looking to begin the postseason on a high note.
Credit to Miami, they did not know until about 6 hours ago what was required of them tonight. This game, if Pittsburgh would have beaten Detroit, this game was nothing from it. It wouldn't have mattered. They were stuck in 8. They'd made the playoffs. That game finished in a tie, and then now they're facing a situation. It's like, hey, you're playing for your season. So I think they've done a really, really good job of kind of being prepared for it. It can be very hard for Lewis Neal as a coach to mentally prepare your players for that when you know it could be a meaningless game or not.
Well, and I'm sure there was a lot
Come
of
on.
emotions, you know.
Someone score, please. Someone score or have a chance.
They're all watching to see if they were going to have an opportunity
Or have a
to come out here
chance.
tonight and get themselves a spot. So, you know, there's definitely a swing of emotions there. And to your point, a lot of credit to the coaching staff and to these players for coming out with the right mentality, being ready to go.
Toronto after the effort from Luis Felipe, and he is taken down, no whistle. Luis Felipe a bit slow as he was sandwiched on that play. Playing advantage, somehow able to get that ball out to Christian Toronto.
Wow.
Just going to give him a moment to get back up. Stoppage and play is brought to you by Saha Float Spa.
He just took a knock when he went down to the ground. Luis Felipe does a good job getting the ball to Christian Pirano, but there's 3 bodies around him, and his head was squeezed like a vice right there. Yeah, his head looks a little skinnier now.
The angle. Cabral. Play it back out. Safety game for Miami FC right now. Sacramento's going to add one of their most dangerous players off the bench, and arguably the most dangerous player in the USL off the bench, leading the championship with 6 goals.
Wow.
As a substitute. The last couple have been the most impressive. I know for you, Adam, you really enjoyed the.
Come on, guys. Someone get a goal.
2023.
Fantastic. The last 2 goals he scored, we spoke about it. We spoke about it, Mark Briggs. It's just a little maturation that we've seen throughout the season. The timing of his runs is really, really great to see. And again, we spoke about having different weapons off the bench, and there's no one else in the league as good as this guy, Luther Archibald.
Come on, bring on.
It's interesting. I think he came in last season expecting to, you know, to potentially be the starter up top.
Sorto coming out. Danny Vidiello needs to head it clear.
Come on, bring on legend. Bring on the legend.
Looking to be a starter, to be an impact.
They are! They're bringing on the legend.
Role. And I think mentally that's a lot to deal with. For players, it's really hard to.
Nah, I always got the legend because every time he seems to come on, he seems to score.
Started a lot, played almost every game, and then to be kind of thrust into that role. Oh man.
Come on, Luther!
It's definitely.
Score again, please, for 3 games in a row.
I think he really struggled last season. I don't think that's unfair to say. He really had his ups and downs, and even at the very start of this season, I think it was a little bit shaky, but he's really come into his own. And as you mentioned, he's such a
The one thing I would say is about this league, you need to have from just relegation so you can have new teams in the league and it makes it more entertaining.
He was getting goals. He had 6 last year. It's not like he's been able to score. It's the way that he's scoring now that I think that everyone.
Because that would be good because then it means you're not playing the same teams every year and at least you get the 1 or 2 teams new each year.
And with Luther, you know, something I've noticed is there's a lot of different components to being a goal scorer. And I think the thing that's really shining through for him this year is the composure. When he gets in front of goal, it seems like he's a little bit more relaxed. You know, obviously things happen fast, but to be able to kind
What we get on this piece of cheese today?
see it with the quality of some of
If you guys not seen the meme.
especially in the last month or so.
Well, I don't think there's any mistake here that Rodrigo Lopez.
When you when you flick onto a newspaper and the only words that you can say are actually through the holes in the cheese.
Hayden Stanley will let it go. It'll be Cabral. Cabral's going to put this on back.
It's a meme.
And Danny Vitiello is able to.
And usually it will make up a headline.
And now quickly on the run. Look at Luther Archman already having an impact. A much different game.
Ah, okay.
His back line with number 17 in the game. I mean, the energy has just been brought up about 3 knocks.
Oh, it just might be Discord or something like that.
For the Miami back line.
I mean, the guy's a racehorse. He's just this big, fast, strong.
Yeah, I think it's Discord that's doing it.
So much to deal with for any back line, especially when you go from a front line of, you know, Roro and Christian and, you know, Russell.
Roro.
But he's not Luther, you know, and so
Different style,
you
right?
throw a guy like Luther up there, and it is a complete.
Roro, what a name, Roro.
Usually it's someone dealing with Sebastian Herrera all game. Here's Jack Kerr going to put this one back post. Cicerone waiting for it. Miami
Come
FC,
on.
and trying to deal with it, and Repetto will just clear. They've been typically playing this battling, bruising.
Come on, come on! Someone actually have a chance on goal.
It's a little bit different tonight, and this is going to be a direct attempt. Craig's able to sniff it out.
Yeah, you get all beat and bruised up for 70, you know, 65, 70 minutes, and then you get to chase someone in behind for the last 20 minutes of the game. That's not a very fun spot to be in.
That's not a foul. Get up, you penguin.
Throw for Miami. Archibald, 23 years of age, coming from New York Red Bulls 2. He was the 13th overall pick by New York in 2021.
Ah, is that for like a history lesson? Oh, that'll be interesting.
The pressure here from Archibald.
No, 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 no. Come on.
Shane Wheat.
Or
Being held Felipe.
if you don't want to, you can always message, because I think there's also a chat box as well. So if people feel comfortable,
Cleaned his
yeah, just make
that
yeah.
pass, and Christian Sorto will be given a yellow card. So the booking to Sorto makes this second for Miami tonight. Trying to hold on for their season. Detroit City fans hoping for a Republic goal.
Yes, I want a
Maybe a 2.
well, I want a Republic goal right now, but it doesn't seem like it's coming anytime soon.
Nick Ross gonna find Jacker.
Oh my God, you need to stop doing that. You're making those English people look bad.
Rare mistake from Jacker. You usually see a perfectly good ball in that.
You're basically representing us.
I mean, for my money, probably the best service from wide areas, you know, maybe in the league. You've seen it consistently night in and night out, and hey, even the best, you know, are due for a poor one every now and then. So, knowing Jack Gurr, though, the next opportunity he gets is probably going to be on a platter for somebody.
Well, with that, let's take a moment here from
And
the
that's-
office
it's
of
underst-
traffic safety.
It's understandable for it being the last game of the last league game.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe.
Yeah.
Call a friend, a cab, get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Back in Yodi.
Come on.
Could have been a Republic goal. Nick Ross going to serve this ball. Here comes Cicero.
Goal!
The single.
Cicerone!
Season. It's the 51st on the year for Clark. His 15th on the season. And Republic fans are loving it here.
Come on!
Embracing, feeling even better about 2,000 miles away.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. What a service in the box.
Oh, what a header, Cicerone.
Taking those aggressive runs into space, and that is just absolutely textbook for Russell Cicerone. He flies in, gets across the front, and I mean, squares it up with his forehead. And Jake McGuire never had a chance.
Nick Ross was the one who drifted out to the right, and he puts it on a platter for Cicerone.
Well, what a goal by the Scotsman, Nick Ross.
Doesn't know what he's doing. He's coming and going. Cicerone applies the
Didn't
finishing touch. In Sacramento Republic.
Didn't even know he had a head.
Look to be ending Miami's season.
And here,
Russell Cicerone's got him feeling good. He's got 2
Lund.
back-to-back games after 2 runs without a
I'll say it's Lund, but it's
perfect time
still the best one was the last second winner.
in the direction.
goal scoring's hard, and even for the best
'Cause
in the league, you know, you can.
I actually went ballistic and I didn't know where I was.
It's a little bit smaller, but when you're on, it seems like that goal
Yeah,
is
'cause that-
huge and you can't miss. And so, if you get a guy like
It was.
Cicerone, if he gets hot,
Wow, I didn't know every time Sacramento scored, some guy runs on the side of the pitch with a flag.
We get 20 minutes left in this game. Miami will start to throw bodies forward. They have to.
You wouldn't be allowed to do that in England because you would have stewards chasing after you and you would send them on the merry-go-round and make them fall on their backside.
He can be guaranteed that he's going to get a couple breakaways.
That's a common thing over here.
And immediately you kind of look up and, you know, there's 4 Miami players stretched all the way high against the Republic back line. And so, I
So,
would expect that's what we're
so if
gonna
it
see.
stays as it is, Miami do not make the playoffs.
No other choice. They have to get a point, otherwise.
Miami have to get a point or they don't make the playoffs.
But it's going to be some great entertainment for us, I think.
Luther Archibald just
Go on.
forward for Rodrigo Lopez. Several runners
Go on. Yes. Yes. No.
trying to stay on his feet.
Yes.
Finding Lopez
Ball.
again,
Ball.
just chips
No.
runs out of
No.
the finish.
Fish.
Oh, it was such a good opportunity.
Ugh.
He finds himself in behind, and he had a couple different options there. He decides to cut one back for Jack. I kind of wish he would have tried to swing one in for Russell. He was making that run at the far. See if they was exposed for Republic to try to put this one away, and it could be a track meet here for the last 20 minutes of this.
A couple of changes coming for Sacramento. The next opportunity. Russell Cicerone
Wow.
to go with number 15 on the season.
We can definitely celebrate even better.
To brawl. Here's Jack Gurr, able to come to this one quite easily. Rodrigo Lopez
Because if it also stays as it is and all the other results stay as it is,
Craig as they are battling there.
San Antonio will actually finish third.
Back to his goalkeeper, Jake McGuire.
Really well defended by Paco Craig there.
And Orange County will be second.
Well, that's what the Republic are going to do. They're going to absorb the pressure and look to release one of the forwards.
Looks like Rodrigo Lopez's night may be over, but look at the 70.
The only thing it changes is
Here we are at the end of the season.
whoever finishes 8th or whatever it is.
See him back this season. 73 minutes in the season finale.
And we've basically helped New Mexico.
There's a lot of things going in the Republic's favor as they get ready for these playoffs. We mentioned Russell Cicerone maybe getting hot again, and you know,
Cicerone scoring goals at the right time.
who arguably your best player, your captain back, playing significant minutes heading into the most crucial stretch.
What a header.
It's Mark Briggs has got to be really, really happy with where he's
We're on a roll.
Timmer. Here's a step by Eve. Stanley was looking to make a run. Rodrigo Lopez. Good defending by Sacramento. You can see the press coming for Miami. They have no other choice. Playing it forward. Luther.
Oh, referee!
And out comes the yellow card.
No, that's not a yellow. That's definitely a red because he was through on goal otherwise.
Each now
That is not a
card.
that is not a slice of cheese. It should have been a slap of ketchup.
Play a bit careful here in the last 15 plus minutes.
And he got put in a really tough spot. Benafemu running behind Mr. Archman, spoke about his energy.
I like that.
Pulls him back. If that ball's going a little bit closer towards the goal, that's probably a red card for denial of a goal scoring opportunity. But
If it's a 9 of a goal scoring opportunity, then basically,
Sacramento have a chance.
okay, Rodrigo is coming off.
Rodrigo Lopez out of the match. He is replaced by Zico Lewis.
Rodrigo Lopez is coming off,
And
folks.
Arnold Lopez will replace Luis Felipe.
And you know what makes it even funny? Lopez is coming on for Lopez.
Critical here. Off the bench, Archiman, Zico, and Arnold Lopez. It's going to be interesting to see
Wow,
what
we.
Briggs does with his midfield. He's got 4 really good defensive midfielders in Luis Felipe, Matt Lacrosse, and Arnold Lopez.
That's what I call it, because
Healthy.
the yellow is the cheese and the red is the ketchup.
All you could probably say deservedly should play. You can't play them all, and it's going to be a tough decision for Mark Briggs and his staff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jacker, Luther, Archibald trying to get to here. Zico! And it was
Or if you understand where the actual cheese for yellow card comes from, it's from a UK YouTuber called Smith.
That's why he was his free.
He calls it cheese.
Referee a little late putting the assistant a little late putting the flag up.
I just think it's funny. Because the reason... Yeah, I like it because he doesn't just show the big teams, he goes and shows the ones that have like volunteers and everything like that from lower levels.
Final match here. We'll see if they can come out here and get one more final miracle to get themselves in the playoffs.
Well, give credit to Lewis Neal. It seems that he's got this whole team to finally buy in. I think if they could make some real key additions.
Yeah, because usually if you have food in the UK and you have cheese, sometimes if you're having a sandwich, you'd put ketchup on cheese.
23. Can they level this game and find themselves in the postseason taking on Pittsburgh?
That's thought I'll make it a bit more fun.
If this score holds.
An interesting matchup as well, Detroit. Now Pittsburgh scoreless today. I was in Detroit, a little bit different going to Pittsburgh, but might bode well.
Yeah, you would definitely have to say Miami got the hardest matchup here. The 1 seed in the West on the road. I mean, pretty much couldn't be farther away from home in any away match for them this season. So really, really difficult for them on this final day of the season. But I think they have the belief. Is it
Opportunity is Danny Vitiello and company able to snuff it out.
Wow. Just like that, they're right on the doorstep, knocking on the door. And that's what they're going to need. A lot of those dangerous balls, getting in those positions, but they really need to focus on getting more numbers into the box there. They finally get one guy getting across the front, making it difficult for Vitiello. And I think that's below getting across the front, or getting it in, playing it out to Murphy. And, man, great opportunity there, but they're going to need more of that if they're going to get back in this one.
13 minutes or so. We haven't had a lot of stoppage tonight. And there will be a change coming. It looked like Hernandez will make an appearance, the first substitute for Lewis Neal's side. Luther Archibald, they're going to just spring him forward. See if he can run into some.
Wow.
They ran out of it. Zico Lewis was sitting open too.
Ball should stay in play.
Not bad.
So Christian
It's not bad.
one of the more dangerous options in the second half will be replaced by Moises Hernandez. Finley goes by Mo, the Dallas native. Can he come in and make an impact for Miami FC?
Former teammate of mine. I get to chat to him before the game. It's always good seeing people that I played with still playing. It doesn't make me feel as old.
It's easier for Ken.
Yep.
To play in the corner, Aiden Stanley. It wasn't that long ago, Adam. What, 3-4 years ago now?
5.
And that was Smith. Reference.
I know. Yeah, every year it gets longer.
It seems like only yesterday you were on the IR, you know?
Oh, God.
I tell you what, we're
Yeah.
Ironman. The last couple of years in the booth, I've been pretty
Yeah.
consistent.
You haven't even showed up with
30
a
plus.
sore. You haven't showed up with a sore throat even. I've been very proud of you. This ball's gonna be driven pretty well across and in. Curling in opportunity for Miami FC. And two more changes is Matt LaGrassa and Lee Desmond are coming into the game. Matt LaGrassa dealing with a bit of a knee issue last couple of weeks. It's good to see him back off the injured list as he'll come in for Aldair Sanchez. As Sacramento looks a bit more defensive-minded here. And Russell Cicerone is out of the game, and Lee Desmond comes in. Oh, Cicerone will stay, and Nick Ross will come out of the game instead. Russell was walking over like it was going to be him. Either way, it looks like you'll see Sacramento.
Yeah, the Iron Man Cicerone is going to finish his season with a full 90, so he'll be looking to add to his total of his goals on the year as well.
So Lewis, Cicerone, Archimed, Lee Desmond, Arnold Lopez, Matt LaGrassa, Gurr, Timmer, Donovan, Wheat, and Vidiello in for Sacramento. Murphy, Repetto, Rivas, Hernandez, Cabral, Akinyode, Below, Avemu, Craig, Stanley, and McGuire for Miami FC. Russell Cicerone with the game's lone goal.
Get another goal just to end the season off.
Republic. There's no change in the game between Oakland and El Paso. We'll be hosting New Mexico United here at Hart Hill Park next Saturday.
I think one. So it looks like New Mexico are coming.
Acquired. Outside, and now Luther Archimed trying to take it away. It nearly does. Good pressure from 17.
Yeah.
It was funny there, the goalkeeper is almost like he got past Archimed and thought he was just going to leave him alone. He hasn't watched enough video of Luther Archimed.
He's also out of the 18. I mean, you'd sort of become like anybody else at that point in time, and little safeguards start to go away. Rivas trying to stay on his feet. He's been active and had a wonderful shot early on. But
Yep.
many touches in the second half. Danny Vidiello and Jacker each making their 100th appearance in professional play. Cicerone.
Go on, Archimed.
Luther's onside, get it back to the look.
Cicerone! Oh!
He was spinning, he was trying to keep it. Really nice give and go.
It was a good touch from Russell Cicerone. The ball was behind him.
One. When I do that, I pick the wrong stupid thing.
Back in his track and he plays it off, gets it back, and
We all do that from time to time.
I might have taken a deflect.
That's why I hope.
Technically, it was one of the best we've seen. Was able to spin off, cut through two defenders.
The first touch on that one was really what truly made it. I mean, that was a touch of class, and then just an absolutely unstoppable finish.
I've seen that a few times from it. Is the improvisation, you know, and even going for the back heel there. It's a little cheeky, but that's all he could really do.
There we go.
And then this run, the last couple months that the Republic, the last month or so, Republic have been on.
For the match, there's some people gonna.
What they've done much better than they did at the start of the year is getting clean sheets. They so many to start the season, really eluded them for that middle patch, and now we're seeing 4, 5,
4 of the last 6.
4 of the last 6. That is.
Should be 5 if they can get this one.
There we
How
go.
you want to head into the playoffs? Be a team that's really, really tough to score against, which we know they are. They're number 1 in the league with goals against.
Jack Gurr just taking this one, and one of the
Grr.
staff members on the side almost took one to the face.
That's what you want.
Tracking this one down with Famu.
That's what you want. But it's actually good because it spreads out the content. Having different types.
Zico Lewis in a tight space, able to get.
And also you might get more supports of that same team getting involved and watching.
To keep your high ball and continue that run, and he did a nice job. Hernandez is able to clear it. It's a corner kick for Sacramento.
I'm still trying to think, is it an actual sellout? Is there still... it can't count as a sellout if there's one empty seat.
Able to get in behind, but Hernandez with a really good recovery to knock that one out. The Republican
Usually sometimes some teams might say it's a sellout, but then you might look at it and then so that you might see a couple of empty seats and you can't really call it a sellout because there's still empty seats. Some people try and mask it because not all of it's sold out.
Give retention here and going through the legs. Shane Wheat showing a bit of skill.
It looks like half of the stands not filled up.
Very cheeky for a center back there. Between him and that strike from Timmer earlier today, those guys are looking to shine.
Yeah, that's what's...
Cicerone, 69
yeah.
15 on the year. First assist for Nick Ross on the season.
Ah. Well, most of them are getting food because all they like to do is eat.
And has put himself in the starting 11.
Not in a bad way.
Over the last couple of weeks. Zico Lewis has found a bit of space tonight too. So good on one-on-one plays in a drive. This one looking for Archimed. Just high enough. But here comes Matt LaGrassa.
Oh, my guy to score again.
Flying around, local kid who's been injured last several weeks. Coyote disagrees. Russell Cicerone waiting for it.
Go on, Cicerone.
Russell.
Go on, Cicerone. Penalty!
Brought down maybe a bit too soft. Baku Craig. Lee Desmond also back. Lee Desmond also brings you a bit of versatility in the postseason. He's played the one thing I pray is that anytime during the playoffs, whoever decides which referee we get, do not give us Melvin Reeves.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's a lot of mention of.
I'm saying that now before the playoffs.
Slowed by injury, but again, it just
because you know you're more likely you're not going to win if he's refereeing.
There has been so many guys that have missed stretches of time due to little knocks and for some significant injuries, and to still be in this place. And again, Mark Briggs has a really good problem on his hands. It seems like the whole roster is pretty much getting healthy.
That would just be funny.
And there hasn't been drop off. I mean, you see different players stepping up.
I think it's funny. Because a lot of them I'm going to recognise because I bet most of them are from over here. So I know nearly all of them.
Keko's been all that and more this year. 8 assists, putting him right at the top.
Yeah, because we say some words. Because a lot of wordings that we use, a lot of Americans might use it for something completely different.
You have a lot of guys that can fill into different roles, and so if this guy goes out, maybe a guy that was in a certain role could slide over, and then you bring somebody else off the bench, and so that sort of versatility goes a really long way over the course of a long season as well.
Sacramento here with a goal. Miami FC, they are perfect against the Eastern Conference this year. 6 wins.
That would just be crazy.
6 wins, I should say. 6 draws, 0 losses. And 2 of those on the road at Tampa, at Pittsburgh, earning a point from each location. Luther Archimed, is he onside? Appears to be. Angling in, looking for an opportunity, pulls it back out.
Oh, Archimed.
Matt LaGrassa.
Or you can just go the most funniest thing I've ever seen. Your teeth are offside.
Yeah, the idea was there. Lee Desmond screaming in, looking for an opportunity, but just couldn't quite find it.
Go on, shoot! Oh.
And he was able to deliver to Russell Cicerone. And it's one of the better holding midfielders, no doubt about it. Unable to get a clean strike there and find target. Remains a goal advantage for Sacramento. Not over yet for Miami, but the clock is winding down.
I really should have been 2-0 with the Archimed. go for goal himself, or just the final pass to Lee Desmond.
Zimmer. And we'll draw the foul against Kyle Murphy. Here in about 3 minutes potentially here, stoppage time in Sacramento. Still hope for Miami FC fans. Meanwhile, Detroit.
That's a good thing.
The quickest 30 minutes, and that there are no more goals.
There's been a goal in one of the other games. San Diego Loyal have taken the lead against Las Vegas Lights, so that, if it stands, puts San Antonio down at that 4th spot.
Round 1 is next week, but I think
Just off the mark.
and
Oh,
it's
that was
7
so
p.m.
close. Half the crowd thinks it
What?
went in. Unfortunately, it was just behind the net.
Bit of an optical illusion.
Yep, 7 p.m. kickoff, but that's for like your time.
Screams against the net. You think he just snuck that inside the post.
Yeah, 21st.
Touch wide.
When you can hear the conversations, what happened? What's going on?
There's still a few fans thought that was a goal. To celebrate.
Wow, most people in the crowd were thinking we've just scored, and they had to do an announcement saying
Tally for
it
that.
didn't go in.
Cicerone just wrong side of the post.
Archibald.
Go on, Archibald.
And his whole bench is telling him to slow it up and put it in the corner. You know he didn't want to. Zico Lewis. Killing the clock isn't fun, but securing 3 points is, right?
Absolutely. It's, there's some disappointed fans around the stadium. We're hoping he'd go to goal and look to make this one 2-0, but the prudent play here is to keep the ball.
Or Jacker playing it across the face. Sailing wide, it'll find Russell Cicerone eventually.
Well.
Maybe season on the brink. Public relentless in that first 20 minutes of this game. A couple of great scoring opportunities, unable to break through, but finally, nearing the 70th minute, Russell Cicerone finds it.
Yeah, that's good.
Rosters, they just look exhausted out there right now. I think all of the leagues are starting to catch up with them. The travel, everything we talked about. It's a tough ask for them. And unfortunately, I think, well, like literally, the clock is going to strike midnight on the East Coast. So
I think you're right, 6 minutes away. They put themselves in a good position to even be here in the last 4 games. Hats off to them.
Well done, Miami. You got yourself rich onto the final day.
Headed back to Danny Vitiello. What a year he has had. And if this holds, this would be another shutout. A number of
Yeah, it's fun.
on the season. And ultimately, he would win the Golden Glove race as well. So what a season he has put into the books. And Carlos Saldana, to his credit, has been fantastic as well. 2 quality goalkeepers for Sacramento. Meanwhile, Miami trying to find a last-ditch effort. Jacker. Luther Archibald's offside. So if Sacramento is able to hold on, this would be a new club record for goals on 26 goals allowed. Be a best for a public team in 10 seasons. Meanwhile, still working.
That's good.
Jared Timmer and company trying to keep Miami away.
Nope.
Zico Lewis doing what he can, and there is the final.
Get in!
Sacramento will go to 64 points, become the number 2 overall seed in the USL Championship. Unfortunately for Miami, their season is over.
Yeah.
Battled the last several weeks to get to this point. But
Yes.
unfortunately, the boys from South Beach will call it a year. And the Sacramento Republic will be right back a week from today to start the first round of the Western Conference USL Championship playoffs.
And it's a big 3 points as well for
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream. It finished Sacramento Republic 1, Miami FC 0. Like,